Hello everyone, I'm back. It's 9:58 p.m. at night. I'm so tired. I'm sorry for yawning, but I'm not gonna be on here very long tonight, um, because I'm so tired and sleepy. But yeah. So I guess I'm not sure how long I'm gonna talk, but it won't be very long. And hopefully tomorrow I can try to tell y'all in more details about the trip and everything, you know. So thanks so much for the birthday wishes, and my day, it wasn't a disaster, but I'll say it was ruined. I wanted the day to be perfect or perfectly good, but I had to deal with some narcissistic abuse and also regular gang stalking today, you know. Excuse me. It looked like only two people wished me a happy birthday on Twitter, you know. It might have been more than two, but it wasn't many. But thanks so much for the multiple birthday wishes here on YouTube, you know. Um and well, I guess I'll just tell y'all kind of like about my day, and then for today, and then like the rest of the whole trip, I guess I'll tell y'all tomorrow before I leave. So I'm thankful and glad I have a hotel night tonight. I didn't even check the weather for the night. Well, I didn't get to. I didn't think to do it until just now. But I'm in a hotel, you know. So I'm thankful and glad to have had eat decent today, and not have to be on the streets for today. So I thought that I would never have the opportunity to fly on an airplane for the rest of my life, and I'm surprised. I still can't believe it that I was able to get to fly as a birthday gift. And I'm surprised, you know. Like, wow, I was able to have a getaway. The trip was so short, it didn't even feel like I was out of town, or it felt like I can't believe I'm out of town. But yeah, so from early this morning, you know, when dealing with the trip, I experienced, you know, rude customer service and narcissistic abuse. And then well, in the middle of the night, like my TI friend, she you know, I got up at 2 o'clock this morning, and well, I set the alarm and got up at 2 o'clock this morning, and then I guess it was about 3 that we got to the airport. And so like in the middle of the night, I had like I wasn't sure how much help I was gonna get today, or what help I would get today. But thank y'all so much for the wishes, the support, like the birthday wishes, support, and donations and whatever. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So I had like 4 miniature cheeseburgers and a small piece of cake, and like before leaving for the airport. And then you know, I'm surprised that excuse me, this morning the TSA workers only dealt with one of them that was rude today, but the majority of them seemed like they were cheerful and happy and loved their job and excited to be there. You know, otherwise, like in New Orleans yesterday, they were pretty rude, most of them, you know, but I'll tell y'all more in detail tomorrow. And so, I mean, the flight attendants, I didn't have really any issue at all with them yesterday, but two of them were rude to me today. But I'll tell y'all more in detail. Try to tell y'all more detail tomorrow. And so I tried to go the whole day, and I ended up, you know, being treated with rudeness so early in the morning. But I wanted to get to go the whole day without anybody treating me mean or abusing me or, you know, or hurting my feelings or something, you know. But it happened so early dealing with rude people. But you know, after, and I had to deal with a little bit of noise harassment on the plane today. And the lady that sat next to me, she was a little bit rude at first, but then ended up being, you know, nicer. And on the second plane, you know, but then so like after I came back, you know, from the airport and everything, I made my way. I mean, I rode the regular transit buses in the streetcar and made my way towards downtown, you know. And one of the first things I tried to get was the rubbing alcohol. And I tried to go where the workers wouldn't be rude or harass or bother me. And lo and behold, how the hell I crossed paths with the biological brother Sean. But I'll probably tell y'all in more detail about that tomorrow. You know, so, but I guess he said he's homeless too. And you know, he was homeless and asked me for something to eat. And I got him, you know, he asked me for a burger, you know, at first he was trying to ask me for a honey bun and a drink, but he said he wanted a burger and a Coke and a you know, I let him have one of my birthday freebies. So I gave him, like, he said he wanted the strawberry milkshake or whatever. I let him have the strawberry milkshake, you know, and the strawberry milkshake and the burger and the Coke. That's what he said he wanted, but I wish I could have got to give him more. Excuse me. Yeah. So like the last couple of times that I saw him before today, he was cursing me out and threatening me and stuff. And today I'm surprised, you know, he started off acting nice and normal, but then started to act a little, you know, excuse me. But I felt bad that you know, I felt bad. I felt like I was wondering, did I leave him hanging after I got him his food, I told him that I had to go, you know, because I had to come here. But then after I put my stuff down, I felt bad, you know. Excuse me, I put my stuff down and I felt bad, but I tried to go back to the place where I got his food, and it looks like he was gone, you know. But I don't know if he was offended or upset, you know. But yeah, the last time I saw him, he was making like death threats at me. And it's me and my twin sister's birthday, and I don't even know if the gang stalking cult planted him there, you know. Because I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. And yesterday was Wyatt's death anniversary, you know. So, but, but Sean said that he just come from Ramona's house, you know. Excuse me. Well, I was under the impression, I thought Ramona couldn't talk anymore with the you know, with the Alzheimer's or whatever, dementia or something that she might have. I don't know. But when the situation happened last year, the day before Wyatt's funeral, Ramona wasn't herself. She wasn't her normal self, you know. Excuse me, because if this was the Ramona from like 5 or 10 years ago, she would have been cussing me out and going off or whatever on me too, like the rest of the family did. But she was very quiet and seemed like she was kind of out of it, you know. Excuse me. Ramona had always been like extremely talkative, like never really quiet, you know. Excuse me. So Sean didn't answer me when I asked him. I don't know if it was intentional or if it was by accident, but he didn't answer me, you know, when I asked him, you know, if Ramona still, I don't know if he ignored me on purpose with that question when I tried to ask him if Ramona still lived at the same place, you know. Excuse me. But I was scared because Sean, it looked like part of his nose was bleeding. And I don't know if his teeth were bleeding or something. I didn't know what was wrong with him. But I think he said he was homeless too. You know. But yeah, so yeah, like excuse me, when I was at the Dallas airport, I had a smoothie, like a fruit and vegetable smoothie, and I had the natural organic version of Reese's peanut butter cups. I gave him a package, you know. I was hoping he didn't sneak behind my back and take the food and throw it away, because he would ask me for food or money or whatever, and then after I buy it for him, he throw it away. But excuse me. But like, he refused to wish me a happy birthday. But excuse me. But like the rest of the family, you know, put stuff in Sean's head and manipulated him to, be suspicious of me and not trust me. But then, I'm always the first when he needs something. I'm always the first person he always run to, and I'll be the main one who would, if I had it, give him what he asked for. Excuse me. But he even said that drunk lady Yvonne, the biological aunt Yvonne, treated him like he wasn't welcome also. That she didn't want him over and stuff. And it's been the talk of the family that Yvonne, that she, even though she's brown skin, her skin color ain't that far off from mine, but if you ain't the complexion of white people, she hates you. So, excuse me. The hell with her, but anyway. So after I discovered that Sean was gone from the restaurant, so I got me, a couple of birthday freebies. I got so I got the Justin's peanut butter cup. That was the natural organic version of Reese's. I like the Justin's way better than Reese's, and I find them kind of addictive, but I don't get to have Justin's that much. They're hard to find, but the hell with Reese's. Screw Reese's. I don't have to have Reese's. I prefer Justin's. So anyway, I went to redeem a freebie, a birthday freebie at Starbucks, and I asked, what could I get, and the guy, I don't know if he was the manager, he told me I could get whatever I wanted on the menu, whatever I wanted, I could pick out. So I just got me I think it was a dragon fruit mango lemonade refresher or something like that. And it's like it seemed like the dragon fruit tasted like like as if it was dehydrated and then rehydrated, or it tasted kind of like astronaut food or whatever. It tasted freeze dried, but excuse me. And then after that, I was able to get me a what do you call that? I got me a free sandwich from Jimmy John's, and that was my lunch, And I was waiting by the St. Charles streetcar, cause I was trying to. I'm not gonna say. I'll say it. I was trying to go to Baskin Robbins to get the ice cream freebie, But excuse me, the perps at the bus stop made me so upset that I got frustrated and just went back to the hotel room and vowed to never leave the building for the rest of the day, evening, night, or whatever. And I started to doze off and fall asleep, and excuse me, I spent a long time trying to figure out what to get for dinner, and I settled on buy one get one free pulled pork sandwiches, and I chose to add cheese, so that was like 50 cents each, so $1 extra, pulled pork sandwiches from Dickie's Barbecue Pit, and I like the Carolina barbecue sauce. It didn't even taste like Carolina barbecue sauce, and it was like very thin. Like the sauce was like watery, like liquid, but it was still really good and flavorful. But so I had both sandwiches, and then I had I'll try to order like a half dozen of cupcakes. It's just me, you know, and I try to get a little bit of ice cream and excuse me. So I ended up eating 2 cupcakes and about half the container of ice cream, and I discovered that the ice cream, well, the mini freezer, a little with the mini fridge, the little freezer part, is like too small for the container of the rest of the ice cream. So I ate half the container, but I feel bad that the other half might end up melting and have to go to waste. I hope. I mean, I hope not, but that's what it seems like. But the DoorDash guy, he gave me. Well, he gave me like he said they didn't have the like half dozen of cupcakes that I was trying to get, so he just got me a whole dozen of cupcakes. But I can't eat all those, so I have to find random people to share it with. You know, if I mean, excuse me. I mean, I would like. I mean, I don't know if I mean, I don't think I'll see Sean, but I could have given the rest of the cupcakes for him. He would have loved that. Excuse me. But dang, and I was wondering, like, with being homeless on the streets, you know, Sean is more disabled than me, and I don't even know if Sean is considered as having autism or not. I don't know. I heard him and Wyatt were considered as having autism, and I was supposedly considered as, you know, having high functioning autism. So, but I'm wondering if the person who I went by, you know, over the weekend, I don't know if her dog had fleas or not, because it's like, I don't know if I'm itching and seeing, like, I don't know if I got flea bites or something. I don't know for sure. But I'm questioning whether or not I have flea bites or fleas or whatever, you know. But I don't know for sure. But you know, I try to keep lavender oil and lavender oil soap and lots of rubbing alcohol to try to quickly heal from whatever pest or whatever, you know. But as I say, I'm questioning if. I don't know for sure. But it could be false alarm. I mean, I'll probably just itching from probably dry skin or something, you know. Or but yeah, so but yeah, and I took a shower earlier today. So yeah, what in this video I'm gonna go in detail what happened. I was trying to say that when I think I asked those people if they were waiting on the streetcar, and we were waiting a long time, for the streetcar. Well, they had the bus as a substitute for the streetcar. Excuse me. And that bus was the PERT bus, RTA bus number 206, and they had one headlight out on that bus. And I didn't get to take a picture of it, but I have other videos of that bus having one headlight out. Excuse me. So, but I'm doing a video longer than I intended, but yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna tell y'all more detail about the trip. Excuse me for yawning. But for now, so I asked those people at the bus stop, how long they've been waiting for the bus or whatever, and we talked about the the bus. I mean the streetcar, and that there was gonna be the bus substituting for the streetcar, and that guy that was in the video harassing me or whatever, at first he reached out his hand and introduced himself and had me shake his hand, and then wanted me to sit right next to him, and he acted like as if he was trying to hit on me. And then shortly after, he had a phone conversation with someone that it sounded like as if he had a girlfriend or whatever. It sounded like the way he talked, like that was his girlfriend on the phone. And then he acted like as if he wanted to make me his girlfriend, but then he acted gay and effeminate, and I don't even like to sit on the ground or the steps or where people walk or where their shoes and feet have been. I don't like to sit where people walk, I don't like to sit on the ground or the floor or nothing. And excuse me, but I was already dirty from flying on a freaking plane and stuff. They wouldn't let me, they won't let you have the rubbing alcohol or nothing. But yeah, he so a fly had flew and touched my pants and my phone, and so I sprayed and sanitized, where I try to spray and sanitize my phone and where my pants are. And then he got up and said, "This girl is crazy. I don't know what she's spraying." And then the lady that was by him and the other guy, the lady, she had extremely very light brown eyes that changed between light brown and green. And I don't know if her eyes were considered hazel or not, but her and the black dude, I think he was wearing glasses, they both, were instigating and laughing, and so when I confronted the guy, the light-skinned guy or whatever, I said, "Well, wait a minute, you acting like how come you invited me to come sit by you, and then now you hurt my feelings, you were just rude just now, And then he started to play sight games and stuff, and then when he started to play sight games and they were instigating and laughing, I got out my phone and started filming and recording. And then I was so upset that I just, said, I just got upset and then just went back to the hotel room and just stayed in here. Well, except to retrieve my deliveries today. Other than that, I stayed in the room. But then I just had to leave out to get my delivery orders. But excuse me for yawning. Excuse me. My original plan, I was gonna go to after Starbucks and Jimmy John's. I was gonna go to Baskin Robbins and get me the free ice cream, and then go to the library for a couple of hours and recharge my phone, and then find somewhere to live stream and talk to y'all and engage with y'all and stuff, but I was so upset I just came and didn't talk to, just try to stay to myself and not talk to anyone. So excuse me, but there's a couple other things I felt like I needed to say, but it slipped my mind. Oh, and they had one of the perps came and make fake harassing comments, and someone had defended me. Thank you so much to the person who defended me. One person defended me, but then when I blocked the perp, the whole entire thread of the comments disappeared. And but I screenshot the dialogue, and they had perps on I don't give a fuck, perps on nextdoor.com, the Nextdoor app, that were bullying me for no reason today. Two of them went to bully me for no reason today. It was like unnecessary. So I'm gonna try to make an attempt to live stream tomorrow. I would like to try to live stream tomorrow, but I don't know yet, but I'm gonna strive to get to live stream tomorrow. But if not, then I guess it'll be just regular videos. So, but I feel like if it weren't for the trip, I didn't think I was gonna get to go, and I wasn't sure how much support or help I was gonna get, or but if I would have had like little to no help, if I would have gotten little to no help, I would have just, I wouldn't have had much control over my day, and I would have, had to be forced to deal with like my average normal day of gang stalking and harassment, being homeless on the streets and stuff, or they probably would have ramped it up because of it being me and my twin sister's birthday. But ideally, how I would have wanted my day to be, I would have liked to just have a day where I could just be in a hotel room with peace and quiet and solitude, and just not really talk to many people, and just have my peace and quiet and get to rest and sleep and relax and stuff. I mean, I would have just wanted a day to, if I would have had help with a hotel room and just have a day where I'm just peaceful and quiet and not interact with many people, you know, because of people being rude and hurting my feelings and upsetting me and triggering, provoking me and stuff, you know. I would have just liked to have a day of peace and quiet and solitude. But even today, I did not get to get that, you know. But I'm thankful and glad to have the help that, you know. But ever since that incident, with those perps outside, and plus one time, you know, the perp left the fake perp comment, and then I see the covert harassment on YouTube behind the scenes. I see what y'all starting called idiots. I see what y'all doing behind the scenes. You know, but the perps, you know, they tried to hurt me with words and ruin my day, ruin on my half of the birthday. They try to ruin on purpose, you know. But I know I had a lot of content. I told y'all I was going to have a lot of content, a lot of videos and posts or whatever. So those were from from Saturday night all the way through today. And so the regular perp walk videos for today, I figured since I already gave y'all a lot of content or whatever, I figured that I was gonna hold off and, you know, release the regular gang stalking and perp walk videos today. I would just wait until tomorrow to share those, you know. But thanks again for the support, the wishes, and prayers, and everything like that. So, as I said, I'm going to tell y'all tomorrow in more detail about the I'm going to tell y'all tomorrow in more detail about the trip. But I'm going to get off here for now. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try to get me some sleep.